So as we wind down the class, our second to last learning plan is variations in sexual behavior. So we've talked a little bit about this in two previous plans, but this plan is going to take a little bit more of an in-depth look at what happens when we change our sexual behavior, or what happens when we know a little bit more about that and how we actually kind of deal with it as a society. So unfortunately, this is probably one of the most difficult learning plans to look at, because you're talking about things and you're probably searching things on the internet that most people would not find appropriate. And that's because that's our society. But I will tell you, it's pretty amazing to view some of these things. For an example, I did do a research project once on sexual identity development, and then looking at pedophilia as well, and how that affects or how that works, and then looking at men who love boys, which again, it's not a stereotype, it was just research that I did. And it was amazing to me the number of websites that allow or that talk about the fact that men over the age of 18 are in love with boys, and some is age 2 and higher. So it was very interesting, without giving you my opinion about it, to see all of that and see how it's accessible and what you learn about it. But it changes you as a person to hear about it, to research it, and to think about that this happens. So just be aware that that's what this entire learning plan is about. So variance, not negative necessarily, but variance in sexual behavior. So you're going to talk about things like bondage. You're going to talk about what it is, regarding submissiveness and exhibitionism and fetishism and necrophiliac and all sorts of different things that some people have claimed as disorders, where others they're just a way of describing. So just be aware, it's an interesting time. I will tell you that if you're going to do research on it, to maybe do your research in an area that people in the mainstream might not question what is it you're looking at, because they probably won't understand. And then this learning plan has a big discussion post that's due at the end of it as well. And that's Learning Plan 11.